I will draw an analogy with my favorite book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. He says in his book that there are 4 steps to developing any habit. First is cue. Second is craving. Third is response. And fourth is reward. So the first one is cue. So every time you start a project or solve a problem, this cue will help you. And the cue is, why will this structure behave the way it does?
Okay, how to make this mindset a habit?
This is really very important question, and I will go slightly off the topic to have one analogy which I use myself to go to gym. So, so if you allow me, I would share that, Bhavin. So I think that, in my view, perhaps you are referring to the description that I wrote for the talk. I think, if I remember roughly, I said understanding structural behavior is a mindset that every engineer should develop. And here I will draw an analogy with my favorite book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I subscribe to his newsletter as well, and I really enjoy it. He says in his book that there are 4 steps to developing any habit. First is cue. Second is craving. Third is response. And fourth is reward. This is something I use in my life as well. So the first one is cue. Cue is actually a reminder to start. So for example, if you're going to gym, you take out your clothes, you put it outside so that early morning when you see it, or if you're going for a walk, early morning you see it, there's something over there, and then you take action and you start. You get started and promise yourself that you're going there for 5 minutes. And see, you will end up for 1 hour. So every time you start a project or solve a problem, this cue will help you. And the cue is, why will this structure behave the way it does? That is the starting point. That is your cue. And this simple question, it sets the tone for you to think critically. And critical thinking is really, really very important. And the second step is craving. Now, craving means that build curiosity. And I will give you this example. When Bhavin and I we were talking about the topic, Bhavin asked me that prepare a brief that creates curiosity among participants. And then I tried to prepare a brief that you saw. So perhaps he was using craving on me to build something that is curious. So get genuinely curious. What's happening here? Why is this column bending? Why this column, this is the column, why it's bending like this? Why this column, when I apply load, it's not bending? What is the reason? What's going on here? So these are really very important questions that you can think of. The more you understand structures, the more confident and creative you will become as an engineer. So this was second step. The third step is response. Remember that just thinking and not responding to anything, it will not lead you anywhere. And responding means take small action. Spend 5 minutes. As I said earlier, spend 5 minutes running. Spend 5 minutes going to gym. Don't overburden yourself. Make it easy for you. Just analyze a beam with simply supported ends with UDL and make it complicated. And just see structures, analyze the simple structure, then go to the complex one. So take one small step to explore the structure's behavior before you use any tools. So before you use any software, before you use any tools, think about it, how it's going to behave. Take small steps. And I will give you one example. Sketch a quick load path or predict deformation that might be highest. If you're analyzing a structure, predict where deformation will be high. If it is a cantilever beam, you apply a point load, the deformation will be downwards. It will be high displacement at that point. And this step gives you your intuition actually a chance to practice, a chance to engage. So we got to give ourselves a chance to be inspired, a chance to get engaged. We might like it and we may not like it. And fourth one, and the most crucial one that I will tell you now, that is reward. Reward means celebrate small wins and reward yourself. For example, if I'm going to a gym, I complete exercise, I come back, I reward myself with Sindhi biryani. So when you go to exercise or gym, you can reward yourself with Hyderabadi biryani or something else, or idli and dosa, or pav bhaji. So this reward will help you, and it will make you curious as well to go there for next time. So at the end of analysis, simply reflect, did your initial intuition match the results? Did this process make you feel more confident about your design? And this reflection actually builds a positive loop, making you more likely to repeat that habit next time. As James Clear, he says in his book, is that habits are compounding effect. So if you have one habit, if you do something for 5 minutes, it will have exponential increase. So if you have some really very good practice every day, do meditation every day, that will have exponential effect on your life at the end of year. And why this works? The small and consistent action, they will build your confidence. They will build your skill over time. And trust me, making this as daily routine, it becomes a second nature. You do it. When you have some habit, will you consider about it? When you're driving a car, will you consider, if it is manual, will you consider about changing gears? No, not at all, because it comes as a habit now. So by making it positive, you're likely to repeat them. And these small steps will really help you to transform your understanding. And then you can have bigger challenges as well after that. Thank you.
Okay, there are so many points like Ramdane Mustafa is saying, for a tri-dimensional structure, intuition is more than necessary.
Yes.
Okay, Amanpreet is saying that 21 days follow, then it becomes your habit.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to the next point.
I went slight off topic to explain the things, so I hope everyone liked it.